Hi, I'm Jen Anderson. I'm a vegan and vegetarian chef, or an Ethicurean chef, and today I'm here to talk about the ever bland, ever tasteless veggie burger. But I am gonna dress this up and make it really exciting and really tasty, and I'm gonna show you two different ways to do it. I'm gonna do a Southwestern version. For that, I'm going to, of course, spice up the veggie patty before cooking it. I'm going to grill some poblano-style peppers, and then I'm gonna make a Southwestern aioli with fajita spices. And then I'm gonna top that with a vegan cheddar cheese. Now, for the second burger, I'm gonna do like a traditional bacon burger with caramelized onions, vegan bacon slices, and of course, another veggie patty that I'm gonna spice up with steak seasoning. And we're gonna top that with a smoked provolone that is also vegan. I'm gonna start caramelizing the onions, and I have some beautiful red onions here that I've cut. So I'm going to turn my stove on relatively high. I'm gonna take my vegan butter option, a fair amount of it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and as that butter's melting, I'm just gonna go ahead and toss in my onions here. And these are red onions. They're really sweet and fragrant. They're gonna be beautiful when they cook down. I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of organic cane sugar, and that's just gonna help them caramelize down nicely. And we're gonna kind of let them do their thing. You don't wanna overstir onions when you're caramelizing them. You want them to kind of really sit in the pan and get that nice golden brown color. And I'm gonna start cooking the next thing, which is actually gonna be our peppers. Now I have a poblano style pepper here. I've cut it in half and de-seeded it. And these are kind of like a bell pepper. They're a tiny bit spicier than a bell pepper. They're not gonna be hot like a jalapeno, so if you have to be sensitive about heat, these are gonna be okay for you. I'm using grapeseed oil to cook these with. It's a nice neutral oil, so I'm just gonna lay these in here, and I'm gonna sprinkle a little salt. I'm doing these stovetop, but you can absolutely do this on a grill. Same thing with the onions. Instead of caramelizing them, you also have the option of grilling them, and that would add amazing flavor as well. So next, I'm gonna spice up our garden burgers. Now I'm gonna do it two different ways. So for the first one, which is our burger with the caramelized onions and the cheese and the veggie bacon, I'm gonna do this with steak seasoning. I'm actually gonna brush some vegan Worcestershire sauce onto it. Now this is gonna taste almost identical to a regular Worcestershire, except it doesn't have anchovies in it. And what a lot of people don't know is that regular Worcestershire has anchovies. So if you're cooking for somebody who is seriously vegetarian or allergic to fish, then you want to choose a vegan Worcestershire. And I'm gonna brush both sides of this. Now on top of that, I'm gonna sprinkle steak seasoning. A lot of your steak seasonings are actually vegan, so I'm just gonna give a good sprinkling on both sides. Let's just go for it. Let's do it like steakhouse style, and we'll just like cook it in the butter instead. How's that? One of the things that makes steakhouse steaks and hamburgers taste so good is they cook the darn things in butter. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put that in there. Whether you're making a turkey burger or a chicken burger or a regular hamburger, the more flavors you layer in there, the more it's gonna have great taste. Same thing with a veggie burger. Don't just take the patty and put it on a bun and hope for something spectacular. You really wanna work with it. So our second veggie patty, I'm gonna do like a fun Southwestern version. Same thing, I'm gonna start with a little bit of the vegan Worcestershire. I'm gonna put less on this though than I did on the steakhouse style burger. So now I'm gonna sprinkle my Southwestern veggie burger with some fajita seasoning. And this is gonna have cumin and paprika and garlic and some salt, all these great spices. And you can just pick up packets of fajita seasoning where you'd pick up like the gravy seasoning. Okay, we're gonna put that in there next to our other veggie burger. So those onions are starting to get nice and brown. If your heat's a little high, they may get a little extra brown on the edges, but you know what, that's still so tasty. That will almost give them that grilled flavor. Now these veggie patties, they don't need to cook a long time, and you don't have to worry about undercooking them like you would if you were cooking meat. I like to make sure they're nice and brown on both sides, so we're just gonna let them sit there for a while. Now, one thing I can cook in here at the same time is actually the vegetarian bacon. They make all sorts of vegetarian bacon. For this, I prefer one that really has more of that bacon texture and flavor, so this is a soy bacon. I'm gonna go ahead and just toss these in with the burgers. They'll pick up a little of the extra seasoning that's in there already, and you just kind of fry those up like you would fry bacon. You do, of course, have to add a little fat. So you have to have a little oil or a little vegan butter or something, or it just kind of sticks to the pan. Let's see, these are starting to smell good. I'm gonna flip those over. Now I'm gonna talk about the kind of cheeses I'm gonna use. For our steakhouse style burger, the one with the onions and the bacon, I have a great smoked provolone. Now this is actually a vegan smoked provolone. You could probably feed this to your average person and they would never know the difference. So onions, in addition to being really, really tasty, are also great blood cleansers. They're high in vitamin C. These peppers are so green and beautiful. And they're gonna have just a more condensed flavor than a bell pepper. Oh my gosh, look at these. They're gonna be so good. Our veggie bacon is crisping up. I'm just gonna kind of flip that over. Oh, that looks good. Ooh, look at all those seasonings. They're just getting nice and crusted on there. Wow. I'm actually gonna move these off the stove right there. Those are done. Check our peppers here. They need a little bit longer. You want the peppers to be kind of nice and soft for this. So they're gonna cook down a little bit more. Our onions are looking absolutely beautiful. Those are ready to go. Look at that color on those. Ooh, and that little bit of crispy edge on them. So now I'm gonna go ahead and put our cheeses on. This is the smoked provolone that I'm gonna put on our steakhouse style burger. And then I'm gonna cut up our cheddar block. It kind of looks like Cheese Whiz. I grew up and Cheese Whiz was like the cheese in our house. Seriously, if you wanted a grilled cheese sandwich, Mom put Cheese Whiz on the bread. If you wanted macaroni and cheese, you put Cheese Whiz on noodles. We're gonna put this one on the Southwestern style. Now I'm actually gonna stick these in the oven to get that to melt down, but first I'm gonna take out our veggie bacon. We've got our vegan cheese melting in the oven, we've got our onions caramelized on the stove, and our peppers are just about nice and soft and done, so I'm gonna turn the heat down on those and set them aside. Now we're gonna talk buns and sauce. On our steakhouse burger, I'm gonna use a vegan mayo on the bun. Brands differ wildly. And I encourage you that if you don't like the first one you get, to try again. Don't give up so easy. Now I'm gonna spice this up for our second burger, which is the Southwestern Burger. I'm gonna take those same fajita spices and sprinkle into here. And then I'm also gonna take some smoked paprika. And this is gonna give it really nice color also. Oh my gosh, that smells good. Put that on burger number 2, our Southwestern Burger. All right, I'm gonna grab our burgers out of the oven. And that cheese has melted nicely. Now in most tests done, vegan cheese will melt at about 350 degrees after being in there about 10 minutes. All right, let's put these together. First I'm gonna do our steakhouse style burger. All right, we have our veggie burger spiked with steak seasoning and vegan Worcestershire sauce. I've put a smoked vegan provolone on it. And now I'm gonna put some caramelized onions on it. Oh my gosh, those look beautiful. And of course, our vegan bacon. Now there's a steakhouse style veggie burger. So the second burger is our Southwestern style burger. I've already taken our Southwestern fajita spiced aioli and put that on the bun. Gonna grab our veggie burger here, which has been spiced again with a little vegan Worcestershire and fajita spices. It's been topped with a melty vegan cheddar. This is a poblano pepper. I'm gonna stick some onions on that one also. There we go. We have our steakhouse style veggie burger. We have our Southwestern style veggie burger. 2 great ways to spice up the historically bland veggie burger and make it awesome. So I've got to try the Southwestern style one. Look at that. Melty cheese, looks just like cheese. That is so good. Thank you for joining me for Veggie Burgers. And if you want to find out more about Jen's Guiltless Gourmet or change the menu, you can find links in the description box below. And please subscribe to Tasted for tons more great food and recipes.